Hello, dear students. Myself Simran. Today we are going to learn about first chapter Human Body, the Circulatory System of Class 5th ICSE Board. So let's start. See, dear students, for the smooth functioning of human body, there are many organ systems in our body. Similarly, one of that system is circulatory system. This system is responsible for circulation of different nutrients, oxygen and all other essential elements to different parts of the body. The blood is the main carrier and it carries essential materials to all the body parts and it removes the wastes. The circulatory system consists of blood vessels and heart. That means mainly it consists of blood vessels and heart. Now the blood. About 7% of our human body weight is blood. Nearly in an average human being, there are 5 liters of blood. What is the main function of blood? It carries nutrition, oxygen to other important parts of the body and bring back the waste that is generated by them. Now let's study about the constituents of blood. See, blood is a medium that consists of blood cells suspending in a fluid. That fluid is plasma. As we can clearly see in the picture, this is plasma and these different blood cells are being suspended in the plasma. So this is plasma. Okay, so there are mainly 3 types of blood cells: red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets. What are red blood cells? Their short form is RBCs. That means red blood cells, they contain hemoglobin, that is Hb, which combines with oxygen and helps in its transportation. That means the oxygen dissolves with RBCs and it helps in its transportation. It is a red color pigment due to which blood has red color. That means if we will ask the question that why blood has red color, it is because of RBCs. The color of blood is red because of RBCs. Now white blood cells. These are responsible for fighting against diseases. That means they help us in developing our immunity system. These fight against diseases. And these are also known as soldiers of our body. Question can come, who are soldiers of our body? We will say that WBCs. White blood cells are the soldiers of our body. Third one is platelets. Platelets are important for clotting of blood. See, if we get any injury, our blood clots very easily, na? This is just because of platelets. Because of platelets, the bloods clot. So our next topic is functions of blood. What is main function of blood? That is transportation. Its main function is transportation of different nutrients within the body. So first function is it helps in transportation of carbon and oxygen. What blood does? It carries oxygen from lungs to different parts of the body and it brings back carbon dioxide back to the lungs. Next is it helps in distribution of nutrients that are being digested. When we digest the food, the nutrients which we get, it helps in transportation of those nutrients. Third is it helps in removal of waste from the body. The waste that is removed, it is with the help of blood. Fourth is it is the main messenger of the body. That means it contains messenger molecules from one part to the another. Like when we feel something, it gives message to the brain that it is being felt and it is the main messenger. See, components of blood helps us fight infections. We have done in constituents of blood also that white blood cell helps. It is the soldier of our body, na? It helps in destroying infectious agents. It helps in fight diseases. So components of blood helps in fight diseases. It is also the main carrier for medicine. Like, see, when we are having pain in feet, we take medicine in mouth only, na? So that medicine dissolves in blood and it helps in curing pain of the foot. Blood also regulates body temperature. In winter, it keeps ourselves warm and in hot summer season, it keeps ourselves cool. So students, our next topic is blood vessels. What are blood vessels? These are the special tubes through which blood is transported in our body. We know in our body there is blood. So how blood transports in the body? It transports with the help of special tubes that are known as blood vessels. Mainly blood vessels are of three types, that are arteries, veins, capillaries. As students you can see in the picture, see these are the three blood vessels, arteries, capillaries and veins. Now let's discuss about them in detail. Arteries, what are these? These are thick walled blood vessels. Thick walled means their wall is thick. They carry blood away from the heart to all the different parts of the body. Means blood that is carried from heart to different part of the body is carried through arteries. Artery carry oxygenated or pure blood. Oxygenated means the blood that carries oxygen, or we can say that pure blood. That means it carries pure blood. The only exception is pulmonary artery. Exception means which works opposite. The pulmonary artery is the artery which carries blood from heart to other parts. See, other arteries carry blood away from heart, but only pulmonary artery carries blood to the from heart to the lungs. Okay, the thick wall of arteries enable them to carry blood pumped with high pressure, because these are thickly walled, so they can carry blood with high pressure. Next are veins. What are veins? These are thin walled blood vessels, and they carry blood towards the heart. Arteries carry blood away from the heart and veins carry blood towards the heart. They carry deoxygenated or impure blood. Deoxygenated means the blood that doesn't carry oxygen. Its exception is pulmonary vein. Only exception is pulmonary vein, which carries oxygenated blood, and it carries blood from lungs to the heart. See, next is capillaries. What are capillaries? It is a network of arteries and veins. Means capillaries are consist of both arteries and veins. These are fine vessels and it allow exchange of nutrients and other material. So these were the three kinds of blood vessels. Now students, let's understand the difference between arteries and veins. Arteries are those blood vessels which carry blood away from the heart. Veins, these are those blood vessels which carries blood towards the heart. Arteries carry oxygenated blood, that means the pure blood, while veins carries deoxygenated blood, or we can say impure blood. Only exception of arteries is pulmonary artery, and exception of veins is pulmonary vein. The walls of arteries are thick while walls of veins are thin. The arteries are present deep under the skin. That means these are very deep, while veins are superficial. That means these can be seen under the skin. As we can see on our hand, we can see that blood of blue color, that are beta veins. The arterial walls are smooth. That means the walls of the arteries are smooth. They don't have any walls. While the walls of veins are present along with the walls. The arteries are thick walled, so they carry high blood pressured blood, while the veins are not thick walled. These are thinly walled, so these carries blood with low pressure. Our next topic is heart. Our heart is a cone shaped organ. We know that heart is used for pumping blood. What is its size? Its size is just big as our fist. See, this is our fist. Its size is just big as our fist. It lies between lungs and it is protected under the rib cage. We know that heart is on the left side. It is slightly tilted towards the left side near our lungs. This is our heart and it is divided into 4 chambers: left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium and right ventricle. Now blood flows from upper chambers to the lower chambers. See, this is first chamber, left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium and right ventricle. It is divided into 4 chambers. Blood comes from upper chambers and flow through the lower chambers. These atriums are small in size and ventricles are larger in size. The atriums are thinly walled, so these carry blood, and the ventricles are thickly walled, and these pumps blood to the different organs of the body. Now see how this happens. This right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from the various body parts. This then it gives the blood to the right ventricle. From the right ventricle, the blood is sent to the pulmonary artery to the lungs. It sends blood to the pulmonary artery, and this pulmonary artery sends blood to the lungs for its purification. After purification, the oxygenated blood comes to the left atrium. Through these pulmonary veins, the oxygenated blood comes to the left atrium. Then left atrium contracts and it pumps blood to the left ventricle. Then left ventricle pumps blood to the aorta, and this aorta distributes the blood to various different organs of the body. Now see, this is the deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood never gets mixed in the heart just because of one division, that is septum. This septum is the partition which doesn't allow mixing of deoxygenated and oxygenated blood. And there are a number of valves present in the blood that helps it to flow only in one direction and blood doesn't get mixed up. So students, our next topic is pulse rate. We might have seen when we go to the doctor, it checks our pulse. What is the pulse? Whenever the ventricle contracts and pump blood, a wave effect is felt, that is known as pulse. When the artery expands due to pumping of blood with great pressure, it goes back and pressure eases. Then we can feel the pulse. It results in the pulse. How we can check the pulse? We can keep our two middle fingers across the wrist and a watch like tickling will be felt. That is the rate of pulse. In 1 minute, how many times we will hear that tickling? That will be our pulse rate. In this way, the pulse rate can be measured. Our next topic is keeping the heart healthy. Students, how our heart will be healthy? It will only be healthy when our body will be healthy. So what things we should do to keep ourselves healthy? First one is we must eat healthy food. We must eat healthy and raw food. We should avoid junk food and the food that is rich in fat. We must keep our body weight under check. We should do outdoor exercises, outdoor games, and must follow yoga. We must not take stress. We should have at least 8 hours of sleep in a day. We must stay away from smoking. And in yoga, exercise like Tadasan, Vrikshasan, Utthita Haspatasana, these are very good for heart. But always construct a yoga teacher for yoga. Don't try it yourselves. And we must do deep breathing. It will improve the circulation of blood. This was all about our first chapter. If you have any doubt, please ask me. Thank you and have a nice day.